everybody, and welcome to the first video of 2023! And it is my top 10 movies of 2022. Now, for reference, these are movies that I've seen in theater, because that's how I see like 99% of the films that I see is in theaters, because that's where I prefer to watch movies. Going to the theaters is like my comfort zone. So we're just gonna jump right in. Just technically number 11 is Black Adam with The Rock. Now, I don't think The Rock did an awful job in this film. Granted, I think he did an amazing job in this film. Like, he was the main reason I went to go see this film, was because like he's been just pushing for this movie for so long that I was like, I gotta give him the benefit of the doubt. And I think there were things about it that weren't really working, but overall I don't think it's a bad film per se. He was good in it. I really liked him. Dr. Fate was really good. Hawkman was really good. I will say I really enjoyed the end credit scene, but it's not gonna happen anymore. It makes me really effing sad. It is what it is. It's not a bad film. I just think there were some things that were not working in its favor. That jumps right into number 10. I wouldn't even call it one of my favorite films of the year. I enjoyed aspects of it, and there were a lot of aspects of it that I was just like, okay, this is just here just to put some together. And number 10 is Jurassic World 3, Dominion, Domination, I don't know. I call it either or. There were things that I enjoyed about this film, because like I love dinosaurs and I love dinosaur movies, and these Jurassic World movies are just here to capitalize on Jurassic World. Do I care? No, it's dinosaur action. It's a big summer blockbuster. It's got Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, like that. That's all I need. That's all I need. I will say there were things about this film that I was like, okay, especially the ending of Jurassic World 3, just kind of like, I talked about it in like my casual review for it, that I wish that they would have ended the movie with like dinosaurs being the apex predators, dinosaurs being on top of the food chain. It would be a consequence for humanity. Like, I want to bring dinosaurs back into the world. This is your consequence for doing so. Your consequence for thinking you can live on this planet with dinosaurs? Like, really? And then the host of the Locust, I was like, no, I can't. I liked having like Dr. Grant back. Like, I liked all the original cast coming back and working with our new cast. Number 9 on my list is A Strange World. Now, I personally do agree that this film had a lack of marketing and like promotion. Like, it was just getting pushed under the rug. It's not a bad film either. Is it like anything special and amazing? No. Does every Disney animated or Pixar film need to be? Absolutely not. I had a fun time with it. I thought the story was fun. They're like 3 different generation, like stories and heart, which is really cute. I thought it was a really fun film. Like, number 8, one of 2 video game movies that made it on this list, which I was kind of surprised by. Number 8 is Uncharted with Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland. I love these like kind of like cheesy, stupid, not really stupid, but like fun adventure mystery hunting, treasure hunting stories. National Treasure 1 and 2 are 2 of my absolute favorite films of all time. They're just really fun, entertaining films. They're nothing like special, but I just really enjoy them a lot. I was kind of excited about Uncharted. I know a little bit about the game, but not a ton. I'm gonna go see it. And while a lot of video game fans and regular movie fans were not having it, I really liked it. This is my type of like adventure, mystery, treasure hunting film. It's no way as fun as the like National Treasure movies are. A lot of the action scenes are sometimes over the top, like when they're having the 2 boats in the sky with the helicopters. That was like, no way, over the top. But was I having a ride? I was totally having a ride for my life. And I shouldn't have to apologize for that. Number 7, Disney Pixar's Lightyear. I grew up watching the Toy Story films, and I was very excited about this film. Not to mention Chris Evans was going to be voicing Buzz Lightyear. I was very excited for him because he's a huge fan of Pixar, so getting to be in a Pixar film was like a huge, exciting thing for him, and I was excited for him. This movie, I cried so much, especially in the beginning where he keeps like wanting to get them home, but then he keeps coming back years and years in the future, and he's missing out on his life and his best friend's life until the point where she's dead. And I'm just like, you can't do this to me, Pixar, but you do every time, I swear. This is the movie that in the Toy Story world Andy saw and made him fall in love with the Space Ranger. Chris Evans did a fantastic job with Buzz Lightyear. Again, the animation at Pixar is just, it's on another level. It's so beautiful. It's so good. Number 6 on my list is Thor: Love and Thunder. Now, this would have been higher on the list, except I have a couple complaints with this one. Granted, it is a Marvel film. 99% of the time, I'm going to enjoy every Marvel film I see because it's Marvel and they got me. Superhero films are my thing. They're my favorite thing to go see. I will say the biggest complaint I have with Thor 4, it just felt like rushed. It felt like things weren't fleshed out enough. It should have been longer. It was less than 2 hours, I'm pretty sure. I want to see a longer film, especially if that means you're going to flesh out storylines and characters' backstories, just character moments in general. I will say though, all of the Natalie Portman and Chris Hemsworth stuff was like everything because I love Jane Foster and Thor together, and seeing them come back together was amazing. Natalie Portman as Jane Foster becomes Mighty Thor, Lady Thor, and kicking ass was just so cool. Like she was so cool. I still really enjoyed the film. I did cry during the film when like Jane dies at the end. I lost it, man. I was not happy. To number 5 on my list is another video game movie I did not think I was going to see in theaters, let alone I did not think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. It is Sonic 2. I had no idea that I was going to see this film in theaters, let alone enjoy it as much as I did. Because it wasn't until early on this year that I saw the first Sonic film. I saw the first Sonic movie on Hulu. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I was like, I kind of want to go see Sonic 2. I saw Sonic 2 in theaters, and I was like, yes! I think like 10 minutes, and I was like, I'm really liking this. The standout character for me, though, was Idris freaking Elba as Knuckles. He was so good as Knuckles. Every time he said something, even if it was something so serious, I was dying of laughter. Even the stupid wedding bit, I was just dying of laughter. I was like, this is stupid, but I am freaking having a time of my life. I was like, I know things about Sonic, because I've seen things, and since then I've seen it 2 other times. Clearly me, knowing not a ton about video games, is enjoying video game content in the form of TV shows and movies, so give me more. We are on to my top 4 now. Number 4, The Batman. I was very excited about this film because 1, Robert Pattinson, I'm a Twilight fan, so getting to see him in a major like character role like the Batman, like that was exciting stuff for me. I've seen him in other things besides Twilight, and I know he can act, and it seemed like it was having a very like dark, noir, gritty tone to it. I want that. Give that to me. I enjoyed it so much. It was so good. Robert Pattinson was so good as Batman. Granted, this film is 3 hours long, but I did not care because I was invested in all 3 hours of it. The Batman, Selena Kyle, like, will they, won't they, like, on and off, like, romance. I could feel the sexual tension. I could just feel it. This Batman like world is gonna be its own thing separate from like the DCU, which I am happy about because like this is the Batman I want to see. Matt Reeves Batman, I want that Batman. Number 3 on my list, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now this was originally number 2, but after rewatching this and my number 2, I realized this one had to be lowered to number 3 because while I enjoyed a lot of aspects, mainly all the Wanda bits of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, there were other aspects that I just felt were lacking and felt rushed. So that's why it couldn't be at number 2. It had to be number 3. But I do love Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness a lot. I've lowered my expectations about it a little bit. I've seen it a number of times after it's come out in theaters, but I still love Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness very much so. I do really love this film, especially all of the Scarlet Witch bits, like, oh, Chef Kids, like the Scarlet Witch just finally kicking ass, taking names, not giving a shit about anything anymore. I'm not a person that likes a lot of violence, and I'm not a person that likes a lot of like innocently killing people, but after everything Wanda's been through, she deserves to pop off. Not to mention like her costume in this film, so beautiful. I fully believe that Wanda is not dead because we never saw nobody. We just saw a flash of red light. You could have evaporated out of there. Just saying. Now, my top 2. My second favorite film of 2022 is Sing 2. Now, I know a lot of people thought this movie was unnecessary. I don't know if we saw the same film. I disagree. I am in love with Sing 2. The music choices, the continuing storylines, and the new storylines. Like, I did not think I was gonna enjoy these two Sing movies as much as I have, as much as I do, because I remember the first Sing movie, I remember seeing trailers and previews for it, and I was like, oh, Illumination, I don't, like, the Minions, really? I had no interest. Came on TV, and I was like, it's here, I'll give it a watch. I was in love with that film. It was a hidden gem in Illumination. The sequel, I had to see the sequel in theaters, and I saw it, and I was captivated. I loved the music. It was, like, again, I love Johnny. I just love Rosita. Like, I love these characters. And then on top of that, Halsey was in this film, and like Halsey's always a win-win for me because I love her. I still listen to the music on repeat from this film nonstop because the music is just, it's so good. Number 1, my favorite movie of 2022. You can probably guess it. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. How could it not? This film was everything that I wanted in a Black Panther sequel with a little bit of extra sprinkled on top. You have like the handling of Chadwick Boseman's like passing. That is a very emotional and raw thing. And to see these characters go through all of that pain, but it feels more real because they've gone through it with Chadwick in real life and now they're going through it with T'Challa. So it feels even more real because they had to deal with this grief in real life. Handling of it, from like the beautiful funeral that they had or celebration of his life to how with the Marvel logo it was in purple, and instead of like having flashes of other Marvel films, it was just of T'Challa, of Chadwick, with silence. The amount of tears I shed in that film. I fell in love with Riri Williams. I love Ironheart. I love her story. Not to mention this film had Namor, who he was a treat. I love his design. He's an attractive individual. Wakanda Forever is definitely in my top 5 favorite Marvel films of all time. So yeah, those are my top 10 films of 2022. I am very excited for all the films that are coming out this year in 2023. I will link my reviews that I have made for some of these films down in description. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching it. I will see you guys with another video very soon. Bye guys!